So thank you everyone for joining us. We are the Social Impact Center, and today we are going to do a live scan preparation info session. So thank you so much for signing up, and we hope that today you leave with some knowledge, a little more understanding about our live scan process, and some next steps to prepare you. So, a little bit about the Social Impact Center. We are building power within criminalized Black and Indigenous people of color and folks in my community, the LGBTQIA, by fostering stigma free organizing, establishing mutual aid, and addressing post conviction poverty, and also championing advocacy. I love to share this photo. This is our small but mighty team with our LEAF fellows, our lived experience expert fellowships that have inspired a lot of the work that I have done in terms of engaging with our community and how we can better address the needs of our people. So, for folks that are interested, you may be asking yourself, what is a life scan? So back in the day, to get a life scan done, you would just need your fingers and an ink pad. It was a very messy process, and it was very labor consuming. Now we're a very modern society, and we have made everything digital. So today's life scan is a digital fingerprinting process, and they use biometric data, also known as your fingerprints, and that information gets submitted to the Department of Justice and to the FBI if that's the extent of your life scan. So that biometric data, that life scan data, becomes your rap sheet, which is your record of arrests and prosecutions. Uh, this is an official document from the Department of Justice that lays out your previous history. Um, for some folks, that may involve having past convictions. It's essentially a background check, and that rap sheet can be used for important processes such as filing for employment, for licensing. Some may even ask for your rap sheet when volunteering or when applying for housing. So at any live scan provider, they're gonna require you to bring some materials with you. Um, some very important materials include your state or government issued ID. If you have a benefits card, such as your CalFresh or Medi-Cal, that's always a great card to have in your wallet or on you uh, when applying for your live scan. I'm going to be talking about your benefits card and the importance of that in a very shortly. Um, you should also have your preferred mailing address, usually on your state or government issued ID. If people move, that or they haven't changed their address yet on their ID, it's important to have your preferred mailing address because once you're done with the live scan, your rap sheet will get mailed to you at the address that you provide. You also want to complete your application beforehand and or a fee waiver application if you qualify. So when getting your live scan done for your rap sheet, there are going to be two fees that incur. So one fee is the rolling fee, and that's the fee that you pay to the person that's doing um, your live scan, which is known as a provider. And then a second fee is directed to the Department of Justice and the and or the FBI. That just depends on your extent of your live scan. The Department of Justice charges that fee in order for them to send you the document. Just to keep in mind, some costs vary for different live scan operators, and I'm going to be walking folks through
Different
the process.
personal.
Oh, let me see. Thank you. Thank you so much for staying muted. Um, so cost may vary depending on the live scan operator. There are fee waivers that can help minimize the cost. Generally, if you apply for the fee waiver, it it waives the Department of Justice fee um, that incurs. So right now I'm gonna stop sharing the presentation and I'm gonna walk folks through the LiveScan application process online. If you have any questions, feel free to utilize the chat or you can wait for the Q&A portion of our um, presentation. So for the folks that are just joining us, excellent timing. We're going to be going through the live scan process online, and I'm going to be walking folks through that. Feel free to utilize the chat if you have any questions, or you can wait for the Q&A portion towards the end of our presentation. So you can use any search engine to find this information online. I'm using Google. So you can simply put live scan fee waiver, Department of Justice, DOJ, and then you can do a quick search. I'm going to be walking folks through the Department of Justice's official government website. So everything is consolidated into this one area. It's just different areas, different web pages on the website. So we're going to start here with the fee waiver because um, you want to determine whether or not you qualify and who doesn't like to save money. And many folks qualify for this fee waiver but don't know that they qualify. So it's generally the first link that you can click in your search engine. I'm also going to make this a little bigger so folks can see. So this is going to take you to your fee waiver portal. And again, the Department of Justice fee waiver waives the fee that incurs in the live scan process out of the two fees that you will have when you do your live scan. So applying for the fee waiver to determine your eligibility, the requirement is that you must live in California, and then you may qualify if you receive public assistance or if your income is low for the area that you live in, and based off of your household size. Or you immediately qualify if you do not have any source of income. If you don't live in California, but you're interested in getting your live scan, you just won't qualify for the fee waiver. Um, However, do not lose hope. We're gonna walk you through the live scan process entirely. So let's say, for instance, you receive public assistance. You're gonna click this button right here to the left, and then you're gonna go forward. Then, if you have your CalFresh, your EBT, or your food stamps card, you can put that number there. If you qualify for Medi-Cal, there is a number for your Medi-Cal that you can put right here. If you qualify for your SSI or disability, you have a unique number that you can add right here. Then you click next. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna walk folks through the second option, which is my income may qualify me. This one's more direct. If you have an estimated cost of your monthly income, this generally helps. And I use this method when engaging with our community because sometimes they don't have their public assistance cards on hand. So we'll use me as an example. So essentially, you're gonna pick your county. I live in Los Angeles. How many people are in my household? They also define what a household is. So I'm going to select two. And what is your monthly household income? Best estimate is okay. So I'm going to put, I make $1,500. And then it will pop up with the thumbs up. We like that. And they let us know that we qualify for the waiver. So next, what you're going to do is you're going to fill out the form. So you're going to click next right here, the upper right. You're going to fill it out. Put your date of birth. For folks on the call, I am a Cancer. I'm a summer baby. You're going to check off the sex that's based off of your state issued ID. And then you're going to put your mailing address. This one's auto populated. And then in addition, you're going to also put your phone number. All of this information gets added to your application, and you'll see. Once you review all of your information, you're going to read this declaration, and then you're going to sign. Note if you have a middle initial, you're going to want to include that in your full name. So once you click submit, your next step would be to print out this form. There are three options. If you have access to a printer, you can print it directly. If you need to go get it printed, uh, the save download button is your best option, or you could have it emailed to you so you can send it to your preferred email. For for the sake of this info session, I'm gonna save and download it. Once it's downloaded, this is your application for your live scan request. This is noted at the top. Since we applied for the fee waiver, all of the more important um, things that are documented onto the application are already auto-populated, such as your ORI number, which is essentially the form of the application, the reason for your application, which is a formal request, also known as an indigent request for a background check. All of the information where it needs to get sent to is right here. And then I'm gonna make this a little bigger. Next, you're gonna fill out this applicant information. It is imperative to have this information filled out accurately in order to get your rap sheet in the mail. So it auto populates your name, your full name, where it says other name. If you have went by any other aliases or nickname, if you were married, And then if you just recently got married and you changed your last name, you put your former name, you fill out your driver's license number. You could also put your ID right here, and then basic information. This can be pulled from your ID, your height, your weight, your eye color, hair color, your place of birth. You can put the state or country that you were born. You put your social security number, your full social security number, and then more importantly, you sign right here in the applicant signature and you date it. This number right here is in reference to your fee waiver. So just leave this as it is. Then, after that, um, if you have an employer that is requesting your live scan, you can put their information here. Otherwise, you can leave it blank. In this blue box right here, you do not complete any of this, as the operator is the person that's operating the live scan machine. So keep everything in this blue box you do not need to fill out. Once you fill that out, you can print it out. There's also a privacy notice. I encourage folks to read this. It's only 2 pages. There's also some contact information if you need to access or contact them via mail or via email. And then this last page is the Privacy Act statement. Please read that in regards to your rights when getting your live scan done. Roughly, it takes about, I'd say, 15 minutes for folks to fill out the entire application. Once you print that out, you've completed the first step of the process to get your live scan done. If you do not qualify for the fee waiver, there is another application very similar to the live scan waiver application. This one is your request for live scan. Uh, if you search BCIA 8016RR, you will receive access to the request for live scan service. For this application, you have to fill out the information again. The reason for your expungement would be uh, the reason for your live scan. You can put expungement if folks are seeking record clearing services. You can click off record review, and then you have to fill out manually this whole portion of the applicant information. It's very similar um, to this from the fee waiver process. So then you can, once you fill all of that out, you sign and you date it. Similarly, if you have an employer, you put their information here, and then in that light blue box, you do not sign anything. And similarly, the privacy notice and the Privacy Act statement is for your review. So once you print that out, you can now look for a live scan location. So in the DOJ website, there is a page for the live scan locations. This is really important when you're finding a live scan provider. Just recently, the Social Impact Center, we got approved to do live scan services. I myself am a certified live scan finger roller. Um, so you can always go to us if you're looking to give back to the community. Similarly, if you need something more immediate, we do have this portal where you can select the county that you're interested in getting your live scan. I'm gonna pick Los Angeles. And then we're in the search bar, you can type in your zip code. So I live in Sun Valley, so I'm gonna put my zip code 91352. So once you put your zip code, it populates the closest live scan services in your area. Keep in mind, sometimes when you put in your zip code, there may not be a live scan provider in your area. So my tip would be to reference any neighboring cities in your area and find out their zip code so that you can find the closest one to you. If you do not have one in your area, do not lose hope. You just have to do a little bit more traveling to get the live scans that you want. So once you put in your zip code, it will auto populate. It looks like there is one live scan provider in my area based off of my zip code. They give you the address right here, the phone number, and the email. Oh, let me see. Oh, I'm gonna do this again. Sorry about that. Um, once you have all of this information, I would recommend calling beforehand. This shows the hours, the rolling fee, which is the cost that the provider will charge for the live scan fee, which is the rolling fee, and their acceptable forms of payment. So it looks like this live scan provider is open weekdays. They accept walk-ins. They're open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So you would call this number to make an appointment. I always recommend making an appointment because you get to meet or at least talk to the live scan provider to set your appointment. Walk-ins, you run the risk of them not being available that day. So when in doubt, just reach out to them. You can also search the Certifix live scan database. This is also a network of live scan providers. If you search the Social Impact Center, we will pop up. You will similarly be receiving the information. So you have our phone number, our hours of operation, and also the cost of the live scan fee. You can always give us a call. Our hotline number is 818-570-1548. If you have any other general questions surrounding the live scan process, there are a couple steps, but once you complete your live scan, especially if you're seeking re-entry services, this is kind of the key that opens the door for empowering yourself and to start the steps of record clearing here in California. Um, the Social Impact Center can help, especially when we have access to your rap sheet. If you fill out our intake form, you have access to our legal network, and they can help you navigate those steps towards reentry. I'm going to stop my share and I'm going to continue on with the presentation. So I'm just going to be doing a little recap. So I broke it down into three steps. So step one is you check for a fee waiver. Like I mentioned, many people qualify and don't know it. I would start here first, just so that you know if you can save some money. This would be a really great opportunity to do so. Once you have your fee waiver, then you have your completed application that you can give to the provider. Remember, you can print or email this waiver. Um, you will need it physically for your LifeScan appointment if you make an appointment with a LifeScan provider. If you don't qualify for the waiver, there is the BCIA 8016RR, which is the formal request for your LifeScan. If you go through the Social Impact Center and you would like to get your LifeScan done, if you don't qualify, the total cost of your LifeScan goes back into our Justice Fund, and we developed this for our community members who cannot afford their LifeScan. Things like a LifeScan cost can run up to about $90, and that can determine what someone might need for the week. So it's a very positive action if you go through us, especially during the LifeScan process, because it goes directly into our Justice Fund where you can buy one and you can give one to your community. Step two would be to find a LifeScan provider. So you would visit the Department of Justice website, you use your zip code. If you have a LifeScan provider in your area, I suggest to call the location and set an appointment. Or you can use the search engine and type in Certifix, the Social Impact Center, if you would like to have your LifeScan done by the Social Impact Center. Some things that you would need to bring with you. These are just kind reminders. You would need your valid government issued photo ID, that or a driver's license or state ID, a passport. If you served in the military or if you're an active member in the military, you have an alternative government issued ID. You will need your completed LifeScan form, or if you have the fee waiver, you can bring the waiver. At all locations, photos of your IDs are not accepted, and folks, if you don't have access to your ID, then you can't do the LifeScan. You have to make sure that you have the proper uh, identifications to proceed forward in your LifeScan. So for the day of, you set an appointment. Here are some tips for preparing for your LifeScan. So be sure to have your ID out, bring your ID with you. Uh, if the provider has access to a sink, I highly recommend to wash and dry your hands thoroughly. Generally, if you're eating food or if you have dirty fingerprints, it may cause a delay in the scanning portion of it. So just kindly ask if there is a restroom that you can wash and dry your hands. If not, you can bring some hand sanitizer or some wet wipes to just clean your hands. You want to make sure that they're very dry. As you prepare for the live scan, like I mentioned, they're going to capture some biometric data, which are your fingerprints. So you're going to want to warm your hands. Generally, rubbing them together activates the warmth in your hands, and you can feel that. And then you're going to want to warm up your thumbs. Most live scan providers will capture your two thumbs and then your left four fingers and your right four fingers. Some live scan providers will roll individual fingers together. Um, it just depends on the live scan provider. Once you successfully finish documenting your live scan fingerprints, then the provider will let you know that within 6 to 8 weeks, you should be receiving your rap sheet in the mail. So, like I mentioned, tips for a successful live scan. Um, if you can come, you can bring your beautiful fashion accessories, but they're gonna ask you to remove any jewelry to administer the live scan. Keep your manicure short. Generally, long fingernails can impede from a successful life scan. So just be sure, you can visit the nail salon after your life scan. Um, just be cognizant that that longer nails can impede on a successful fingerprint capture. Some more helpful tips is just to have patience. We There are times where there are errors in the machine where they can't capture the fingerprints properly. You generally you can ask if there's any type of corn huskers lotion. This is a specific lotion for the LifeScan machine that mostly all providers should have. It's a lubricant for your fingers, um, kind of like lotion, but it doesn't have petroleum or any heavy substances uh, that coat your skin. Um, that Cornhusker's lotion can help capture a very smooth fingerprint. There's also going to be moments where the life scan provider will press down on your fingers just to make sure that we're capturing the information correctly. If there's any form of discomfort, please communicate that. At the Social Impact Center, we prepare you, we let you know that we're going to apply some pressure. Generally, it's a very light pressure, but for folks that have sensitive fingers, remember to communicate the discomfort. Lastly, when you complete your live scan, there is a tracking number, also known as an ATI number. You can request that from the live scan provider so that you can track your status of where your rap sheet is at from the Department of Justice. So some next steps after your live scan, you will be receiving your rap sheet in the mail. This comes in a very plain envelope with the Department of Justice usually labeled at the right corner. Like I mentioned, if you request your ATI number, that is your tracking number to if you have not received it and you're curious as to what your status is. Um, I generally wait about 2 weeks after you having done your life scan so that you can request um, the tracking so that it's in their database. Once you receive your rap sheet in the mail, I highly suggest to take photos of each page of your live scan. So at the bottom of the page, there are page numbers. You want to make sure that you take photos of them in order and save them for your records. You you don't want to throw away this document. It's very important. Alrighty, we're towards the end of our presentation. Let me check the chat and see if we have any questions. I don't see any questions. Do folks want to go unmute themselves and ask any questions?
Danny,
Hey, Bianchi.
will you be sharing this so we could just go over it? Everyone need to reflect back on it.
Yes, of course. For folks that signed up for this info session, you will receive the slides. And then more excitingly, we're going to be adding this whole section into our website at the socialimpactcenter.org for folks that want to see the recording. It will be available in the next few months, but I'll send the slides over in the meantime.
I have a question. When can we be able to use the live scan services for ourselves or for our family members?
Uh, when? So basically, the rap sheet is the roadmap to reentry. Once we have um, that rap sheet, you can contact the Social Impact Center, and our legal team can help community members through the expungement process. Uh, Basically, how that works is the rap sheet gets analyzed by our legal team, and then they help identify what they can clear off of their record through a petitioning process. This is a more extensive process. However, the Social Impact Center is here to help. We are available to community if they have any type of legal, if they need any legal advice or counsel regarding their rap sheet.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kaylani, for that great question. Any other folks have questions? Don't be afraid. I know it's a methodical process. There are a few steps involved, but hopefully folks leave with a greater clarity surrounding the life scan process. Um, you are not alone in this process. If you happen to have any questions, the Social Impact Center is here. We have community engagement um, coordinators to help navigate folks through this process.
Sorry, quick question. So
Yes,
it's not just for somebody that has that needs like expungement of the record. Anybody can access the live scan, and also it's there for certain jobs, correct?
correct.
Okay.
So essentially, what the rap sheet is, I mean, aside from re-entry, you can use your rap sheet for employment purposes, for if you're volunteering and they're requesting a background check. Generally, parents who volunteer for their child's sports teams or their extracurricular activities, they'll generally ask. Additionally, if you're applying for housing, they may request a rap sheet or for you to get your life scan done and a rap sheet. Great question. Thank you so much. Well, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you taking your lunch to engage with the Social Impact Center. I'm going to be leaving my information in the chat. Oh, Pianki,
And Danny, is this the only time you're going to be doing this?
the info session?
Yeah.
No, I'm actually planning on doing a couple more info sessions.
Okay. Yeah, because I
This
want to
will
do
not
it
be the
again.
only
Yeah.
time.
Okay, I want to do it again because the I had people outside my house working, and just construction was like taking away my ability to hear everything you were saying. So yeah, so that's why. Okay, yeah. So I'll just look forward to hearing a message about you doing it again.
Sounds good. I'll also send the recording along with the slides so that you have it for your reference.
Oh, thank you. That'd be great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Well, thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you. Good to see you, Kalani.
Bye.
You too, Bianchi.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.